Hey there, this is Greg, the Masked Gamer, and I'm coming to you with some more Final Girl Friday! Today we're going to be doing Jenette versus the Ratchet Lady at on the USS Konrad. For those of you who are new to my channel, this is a place for COVID cautious folks to talk about board games. You're perfectly welcome to be here if you're not COVID cautious, provided there is no minimization, denialism, or harassment of any kind. With that said, I am here by myself tonight, and this is a solo-only game, so of course I am. So I can remove my mask, and you can see my face while I talk, and my glasses are all crooked, and I'm an old man. All right, so we do get some story time this time, and I double-checked, because last week we had a little whoop, 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 whoop. And we have not heard Jenette's story before, so we are going to read Jenette's background. Jenette has always been a mercenary. Her signature mohawk and her tight muscles are a good outward indicator of that. And if that doesn't give it away, her shrewd negotiating skills do. She'll take all kinds of jobs if the pay is right, but she prefers the ones that require shooting things. Makes sense. A true badass, Jenette has never backed down from a fight. Jenette is a true weapons specialist and so good with her hands it almost seems like she has 3 of them. Make use of her ultimate ability to keep a variety of weapons equipped and use her extra uses on the strongest ones. Meanwhile, story time is interstellar anarchy. The crew of the Konrad was not above any job. When a high-paying job to act as an intergalactic hearse came along, the captain was more than happy to take it. Countless coffins were loaded onto the ship, and off they went. The jettison point was at the outer rim of the Neocene galaxy. I don't know how to say that. Sure. As the captain's daughter was exploring the ship one day, she happened upon the coffins. They were all locked with a biometric code. She had seen these types of locks before, and she knew her daddy's key card could open them. She wanted to know what was inside. Of course she did. Since she knew where daddy kept his emergency key card, getting one open would not be a problem. As she scanned the card, a hissing sound filled the room as the coffin lid opened. A figure sat up amidst the cryogas, its head wrapped in bandages. The girl screamed and ran from the room. The final girl is Jenette. Setup is hard choices, which is actually called Space Rave. So if you're doing this book, it is called Space Rave, not hard choices. Cool. We set up the item decks as normal. We remove the master access event and set up the event deck as normal. The starting event is going to be Orphan Girl, 4 random Konrad tarot cards, 6 specific Ratchet Lady tarot cards, Dark Power, Blood Fear, Finale, Feed the Madness, and away we go! Orphan Girl! Orphan Girl! Mommy told me there were no real monsters, but she was wrong. The victim closest to you is now the orphan girl. While the orphan girl is in your space, an extra victim will follow you, and you may freely move through an inactive maintenance shaft. If the orphan girl dies, 3 horrors. So yeah, she's very, very helpful. But in order for her to be of aid, we must keep her alive. Alright, so I guess the quest here is to... I guess the setup here is telling me I should be trying to rescue 3 folks and do something wild with the airlock or the... Yeah. The airlock or the self-destruct. But yeah, we'll see how this goes. All right. Okay, dokes. Okie dokes. We're going to see how much movement we can do since we're going to pick that orphan girl up and use her to carry people around through tunnels. Yeah. Well, I started off with an amazing discard a bunch of cards if you want to move a bunch of spaces. And you know what? We're going to do that. Boom, boom. And we're going to walk again. Oh, I hope I don't regret this. I probably will. We got 1 success. So we are at the trash compactor with the little lady. The little lady orphan. And we have 4 points to spend so we can get 2 sprints. and really make a run for it. Because I think we should be able to get those two people out through the escape pod pretty easily, and then like rescue everyone from that side of the building and kind of just make life better. But we'll see. All right, so this comes over here, and then the Ratchet lady goes. So the two maniacs are going to run straight for me. Oh, oh no! And if I leave a space with them, bad things happen. If I leave a space with a maniac, I receive damage for each maniac more than one. I think that'll be fine. She is going to, however, kill someone in her space, but nobody's in her space, so she's not going to move. So let's see what this terror does. It's going to be terrible, we know it. Garbage day! All victims adjacent to the trash compactor panic. This ruined my entire plan. Yep, we're gonna just run into the trash compactor. Both of us are just running on into the trash compactor, and then everyone, literally everyone, in the trash compactor receives damage. So, yeah, yeah, okay. So, that is the orphan girl and both of these people, all dead. I get I lose one, two, three of these, which is going to bring our blood up by one. I lose another three of those because these three people just died. That pulls the horror up by one, which is another one. So I still have two more horror. One is the dark power, which is blood fear. This is going to be a short one. During the killer phase, the first time horror or bloodlust increases by at least one, Ratchet Lady gains a health. Great. And then she gains a health because of this. So we just lost because this first card was terrible. It was a terrible first card. How could they do that to me? There's going to be a big old story here. That was called Garbage Day. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Why is there no... Latif was the custodian. Taking the trash and tossing it into the crusher was commonplace. What was not commonplace was the mangled remnants of human bodies that greeted him when he opened the device. He screamed incoherently, eventually managing to get out. There's been an accident. The others working at the compactor flew into a panic and ran. Others ran into the room. Those that did were zealous and wrong-headed. They moaned and clawed at their former comrades, forcing former friends into the waiting jaws of the deadly piece of machinery. Oh my god. Latif could hear the crunching of human bone and the squelching of flesh and tissue even over the screams. Oh, well, the good news is those two maniacs are also gone. Is that good news? I don't even know. Meanwhile, the Ratchet Lady's just going to saunter on over here to the bridge and take out another person because, yeah, why not? Why not? Dear God. The Ratchet Lady's pained moaning reverberated through the sterile halls of the ship. In response, Mwandi heard her followers wail their own mournful replies. There were so many. Former crew now mad and murderous. Mwandi locked the door and barred it shut with table and chairs. Then, a low chortle of laughter from inside the room with him. Helmsman Allen was there, bloody hands clutching a sonic drill. Mwandi rushed to unbuild his barricade, but he had only removed the first chair before the drim railed into the back of his head. Allen pulled the trigger and scrambled the inside of Mwandi's skull like a blender full of cherries. So that's weird, because it was actually the... Okay, well, that's how they died. And our horror goes up again, which makes our bloodlust go up again, which gives the Ratchet Lady 2 more health. Oh, man. Well, we can still save some people. Dear God. All right, let's see if we can sprint our way over to that hangar. We got one success, so that lets us move 1, 2. Oh, wait, that's not true because I can only roll 1 die. So let's go back and roll 1 die. And it's a miss. So I'm going to take 1 damage. Oh, I should have taken 2 total now. Yeah, that's right. I'm going to take 1 damage to move 1 space, lower my time by 2, and my turn ends with a sprint in hand and a retaliate. No. And a distraction and a close call because we need to get like, oh my goodness, what a hot mess, what a hot mess. Okay, well, there's no maniacs on the board and there's nobody in her space, so we're going to flip this terror. Bloodletting, this sounds like it's also going to be terrible. The Ratchet lady is going to move to the nearest regular person, which means it's going to have to go through this way. So it's going to be moving 5 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, right into the room we were trying to get to, and then we're going to go ahead and kill someone. Wow. I was doing much better at this game the last few weeks, and now, woo-hoo! The Ratchet lady held a kitchen knife in her one and only hand. That was all she needed. She swept through the ship unopposed. The crew she encountered, in beholding her twisted and gruesome face, would fight the madness attempting to take hold of their minds, and her blade would flash in these moments. Slit throats mostly, leaving behind pools of red flowing beneath airlock doors. Each murder fueled the next. Her madness was bizarre. Inflict the lethal wound, then demand the patient give in to the mania. If not, she would see her grim task to completion. How do things become maniacs? Have I messed that up? No, I think it just tells me to spawn one and it hasn't happened. So she killed one, she killed a second one, and then for each victim killed, we're going to raise bloodlust by 1. So that's 4 raises completely. So that's 1, and then there's going to be 3 more, which is going to be 3 more life onto the Ratchet lady. And we're going to discard the next 3 terror cards, which means we're not going to see the catastrophic hull breach, we're not going to see the system reboot, and we are not going to see the March of the Maniacs. But we are going to die very quickly, most likely. Jeez Louise. All right. So we're going to use distraction and really hope that we get a success. We didn't, but we can discard 2 to make that a success, which will start to pull us out of the red. And it gives us an extra time, which we can then use. So we have 7 time now. So we can get 3 for another distraction and 4 for retaliate, because it's coming for me soon. Like, oh, holy guacamole. All right, and then the Ratchet lady is going to kill somebody in her space. And we're going to read the story. This is wild. Liam had shot the nurse with the bandaged eyes 3 times with his blaster. She was down, unmoving. He cautiously approached, carefully nudging her corpse with his boot. Nothing. Satisfied, Liam allowed himself a moment of relief as he slumped onto the ground beside his felled foe. With his head in his hands, he didn't see the one intact hand flinch. The good hand seized Liam's light knife from his boot sheath, lit it, and dragged its laser-like blade from his groin up to his chin. He was dead before he realized he had failed to save the ship, or indeed himself. That was a fun death. I liked it. I liked it a lot. Did I like it enough to give her yet another health and discard yet another terror card called We Are Helping, which won't be happening? Probably not. But now we get to see what the next terror card is, which is Blood Jolt. Horror goes up by 2. That's 1 plus another 1 gives her another health and discards another terror card. And then the Ratchet lady on top of that is going to recover 2. So basically, I have just run out of heart tokens, I think. Her health is at something like 37. I feel like her health is at 37 at this point. Sure. Why not? Let's see if this person runs away. They do run away, which is problematic because I now can't rescue them as easily because they're there. Oh my goodness. I don't even know. Let's get some focus going. Technically, I cocked that out of the bag, but we're gonna take that success because things are pretty sad for us right now, and we need all the help we can get. Then we're gonna use a distraction to try to get some more sanity back. We'll discard a weak attack and a short rest to lower that by one more. We're gonna use a focus again. We'll just discard our walks to lower that by one more. And with the 3 we have left, we'll grab a sprint. No, we're just going to grab a distraction and just stand here in the middle of a ship like a doopy head and wait for her to come kill us, because it's going to happen any second now. I mean, for reals. She doesn't move because nobody's in her space, but we're going to draw this card. Whispers in the Dark. Whispers in the Dark. The closest victim to the Ratchet Lady becomes a maniac. Well, I guess it's okay that we didn't try to rescue this one because they've lost their mind, understandably, based on what just happened. And then the maniac is going to move towards me and attack me. I think it always has an attack value of 1, so it only does 1 damage to me. I'm not using my retaliation on that. That's fine. And then Bloodlust goes up by 1. I do have some more hearts. Giving the Ratchet Lady another health, discarding this final card, which is going to now trigger the finale of Feed the Madness. From now on, maniacs are going to move and attack. The Ratchet Lady is going to recover health, then move and attack. At the start of the killer phase, if there's no maniacs on the board, we will spawn a maniac on her space. So it should be pretty quick for us from here on out. Yeah, we're playing that distraction again. Oh boy. Oh, I got a success on distraction. Yay! We're getting that horror down. We've got 5 points to spend. I mean, yo. I guess. Are we going to be anywhere near I got 5 points to spend. I am going to take a search. I am going to take a sprint and a search, so that maybe, hopefully, I can get some. What? I don't know what's going to happen here. I'm just kind of waiting to die. Okay, so that maniac is going to attack me for 1. I'm not using a retaliate on that. The Ratchet Lady is going to recover 1, move towards the nearest with a range of 5. She's going to attack me, and I'm going to use retaliate against her. And I rolled 1 success, so I reduced that damage by 2. Meaning I take only 1, and I do 1 damage to her. So I have done 1 damage out of 20-something to the Ratchet Lady. It's pretty cool. I feel very useful. Not really. Oh, I forgot to pick these cards up. Okay, so let's sprint away like we did last summer. Yeah, right. Let's see what I'm going to discard. There's no point keeping that weak attack because ain't nothing going to happen with that. And we're going to discard that short rest for now and just try to do what we can do to get the heck out of Dodge. And then we're going to try to walk and start rescuing some people, which was the original plan. I got a miss. We're going to move 1 space, lose a life, and lower the time by 2. And then we're going to walk again, but now we at least get a 3rd die because we only have 1 life left. That gave me 1 success, so we get to come here and rescue 2 people. We're going to lower the scary level, and we're going to take the top of any item card, which is going to be the Vibro Claw, which is going to give me damage on do more damage when I defend, which is going to be nice for us. We're not going to do anything else so that we can take a guard because we're going to need it if we're going to have any hope of survival. I say if, but I just feel like this is a waste of all of our times. This is going to move 1 space towards me. She is going to move 1, 2. She's going to go kill this last person. We're not reading any more of that because things are just wild. She gets health. Just kind of speeding it along at this juncture. I do not have any means to move, so we're going to try focusing. We got 1 success, bringing us into that area there. We're going to use 4 for retaliate and 1 for close call and get these back in our hand. The maniac's going to come here. The ratchet lady she's just going to come in for that kill. But we're going to try to retaliate. We're not fully giving up here. Just mostly giving up here. And we have rolled 1 success and another one if I discard 2 cards. So we're going to discard a focus and a close call, which gives us 2 successes. We prevented all damage from that attack. We do 2 damage to her, plus 1 from the Vibro Claw, plus 1 from the reaction effect of the Vibro Claw. So we actually did 4 damage to her. So if we roll really, really well, we should be able to win this. Yeah, I said those words. Those words I said. Great. All right, great. Okay, let's start with a weak attack against her while we're in her room. And we can discard 4 cards to make that not kill us. So we'll get rid of the search, we'll get rid of the walk, we'll get rid of the walk, we'll get rid of the short rest. And we'll do 1 + 1 is 2 damage to her. Leaving us with 6 stuff to get. So we've got 2 for a guard. We've got 4 for a furious strike. We're just gonna make it happen, boys and girls. Somehow. We're just gonna see how much damage we can do to her at this juncture. This maniac moves 1 space closer. She attacks me for 5. I guard. I can discard both of these to get 2 successes, so I'm going to, and I prevented all the damage from her. It's my turn. I buy a retaliate. And a search? Sure. I'm like, this is all I do. Okay, this little one's going to come into our space now and do 1 damage to us, which we are going to... Holy crap. Which we are going to take and see if we die. And we die. Oh, wow. Okie dokie. So that was meant to be a feature film of Final Girl, but really what that was is that opening teaser of the movie where the final girl from the previous movie gets killed really fast, and then later on we'll meet the person who's really the real character of the story. Wow, that trash compactor card. But you know, this is one of the things that makes this game fun. Like, we're not here to win, right? We're here to tell a story. That told a story. That was a story. We found the little orphan, we ran into the trash compactor, everybody died. It's a story. Holy guacamole. Thank you all for tuning in. Don't forget, I'm Greg, the Masked Gaymer. Do not forget to like, do not forget to subscribe. But most importantly, whatever you do, unlike everyone on the US Konrad, do not forget to keep those health bars full and do not climb into trash bin compactors. Thank you and have a great night.